Hey everybody! Today I just want to give you guys a quick tour of the workshop in my backyard where Maddie and Justin and I will be building the armor for this year's convention, as well as go over some of the tools of the trade. So here you go.
Alright, and here we are out in the workshop. Just want to give you a quick walkthrough and show you where it is we actually make all this stuff. So first off, here's a thigh piece that I just did in paper. So it is still movable. It's not solid yet. And then this is essentially my toolbox of all my stuff. So we've got a few things pulled out here. I want to show you the tools of the trade for what we do. First things first, obviously, anyone who's ever worked with Pepicura has also worked with fiberglass resin. And then I have next to it here some fiberglass cloth, which we prefer over the fiberglass mat because that moves around a little more and I feel like it absorbs the resin better and really forms better to what you're using. Paper bowls to mix everything up in. These are just my knee pads so you can kind of see what it's like without resin, and then with resin you can see the little film it puts on there. And then this is a wondrous little thing I got. We always tried to make these back when we were doing like the selfie helmet and we never could, and then we found out that we could have just bought one for $6. So this is just I guess like a foam sandpaper type pad. It's foam on the inside, but then it has this thick, rough layer on the outside, and you can get them of different densities for sanding different things, and that's really useful. Inside here, I have my nitrile gloves, which if anyone lives near a Harbor Freight Tools, they are the place to go because this box of 100 gloves, is like something like $6 or $7, and then this box right here of 2-inch paintbrushes was $8, and it was, I believe it's 36 2-inch paintbrushes for $8, and these are good ones. The hairs don't fall out of them or anything like that. They are one-time use, so I mean I've been making a bunch of armor and I'm like halfway through this box. A few extra bags of fiberglass cloth for later, and disposable spoons for actually mixing up the resin. And then I have some pieces of PVC pipe here that were left over from making my driving rig, which I use to store, like if I have a screwdriver or something that I'm using, I'll drop it down in there, and that's where all that stuff goes. And I have my little tiny things of the hardener. Oh, and I have these that I have found. These are, again, like $4 or something. They come in 3 different sizes. This is the smallest one in the package of 3. Just little scrapers for smoothing out Bondo after you've applied that. So typically the way it'll work is with some of my bigger pieces, I've been working right here on the lower down surface to apply the resin, just because it's lower down. It lets me work with it better, as the wind's probably going to blow that away. But this is the classic place where it's always been, which this is our trophy of all the years of doing things. This was just a paper towel we laid down like the first time we resined here, and now over the years it's been coated over and over again with uncountable amounts or different layers of resin on there. So that's what we have done right there. Setting stuff out for drying, we have this tarp out here, which again is one of our trophies, where you can kind of see all the different things. You can see outlines of all the different things we made. There's a Celti scythe right there, and we've got some Star Wars stuff probably over there with the silver paint and yellow, more things. You can see the outline of the bottom of her helmet right there as we painted that yellow. And so we'll set things out there. Arm and leg pieces will typically go on something like this and then sat out in the sun, so that way they typically, as long as you've done the Pepicura work well, it will hold its form while it's drying. So this is also what I did. I put a coat of Plastidip on something, and you can see some residue there. And then just to give a quick comparison, so I already showed you this piece right here, and paper is still movable, and then this is just with one coat of resin painted on there. It's not solid, it's still good, or I should say it still moves, which is both good and bad. I like it because this is kind of like my security coat, is what I like to call it, when you put that first coat on the outside, because pretty much what it means is that in case for whatever reason your glue wasn't going to hold, once you put this on, you're fine. All your pieces of paper are stuck together, and they're going to stay that way. But the good part about it is that it still moves around a little bit. So if this isn't quite the right shape, you kind of want it to be a little more like this, or whatever dimension you need to modify a little bit, with that first coat, it still lets you do it. And you can put some popsicle sticks on there, or any type of hard surface to really let that work. And so yeah, so I'd made this one, and then we resined it, and then when I put it on with my shin and my chest plate, realized it was too small, and so I just re-pepped that one, and now I'm going to resin it. So there's the vacuum form machine in the back, there will be a different video up about that. So I'll take a quick walk through the house here to show you in the other room, which now I'm realizing actually the lights in here I don't think are working right now. Sorry, we have a 30-year-old light switch. So here are all the other pieces that I've made so far. My chest plate has only a large amount of resin with cloth right in there, and then the forearm pieces, these are the only parts of the forearm that are actually being made out of armor. The rest of it is being made with foam, as you can see here, and then this will go right on essentially like that. And then the one will also have a cell phone mount for the phone that's currently filming this video over the top of it as my tack pad. 2 shins, pretty self-explanatory right there, nothing really to add. And there's the other thigh that was too small. This is a foam that will go around my left arm. It will eventually fit right in there. However, it does not yet because this is still moves around. So it's not all the way laid down yet, so we can't do that. So that's where we're at so far with building that. And then as we have more things to show you, and if I have any other developments or anything, they'll be in future videos. Thanks for watching.
So there's just a quick view of where we do our work. If you guys have any questions or comments, you know where to put them. And we'll be coming out with more videos soon as we continue working, so stay tuned and we'll see you next time. Bye.